Hello and thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jurek, and in a few minutes I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with a look at today's forecast and beyond. We'll start with local news. A man convicted in a deadly shooting in North Mankato has been sentenced. Dominic Scott Ellen was sentenced to just under 22 years in prison for the murder of 27-year-old John Everett Burnatz. The victim was shot at the Village Court Apartments back in July of 2024. Ellen pleaded guilty to second-degree murder without premeditation. 6 other charges were dismissed. More local news for you. Opponents say the developer of a proposed gravel mine near the Red Jacket Valley Park, just south of Mankato, has withdrawn his proposal. Residents near the site learned Sam Bornicki, a local contractor, had applied for a conditional use permit to create a mine within the Conservation District, which is just a few hundred feet from Red Jacket Valley Park and nearby residents earlier this month. A change.org petition was created by some of the residents around the area. A post on that petition Tuesday evening said the application was withdrawn, citing the growing public outcry. 2 men in their 70s were rescued from the water of Madison Lake after falling through the ice on Tuesday. Conservation officers of Madison Lake Fire and Mayo Ambulance responded to the DNR access area of Madison Lake. They found 1 man in the water clinging to the edge of ice. The other man was on the ice. Both were loaded into the inflatable rafts and brought to the shore, then taken by ambulance for treatment for possible hypothermia. South Central College added another medical degree to their course offerings. A respiratory therapy technologist helps diagnose, treat, and manage conditions of the respiratory system. As Tony Peregrine reports, demand for workers in this medical field is only growing.
This will be our 13th program. Yeah, it feels great. Again, we're looking at what our community needs are and what our industry partners' needs are. They work in tandem with all of the, doctors, nurses, just throughout the healthcare system. In our pediatric patients, that would be like asthma. For our older patients, that would be COPD. We see a lot respiratory therapy kind of growing ever since COVID. We anticipate that we'll see a 20% increase in our community within the next 10 years. The healthcare system continues to grow, and this will continue to give our community options for very needed degrees, but then also make money in our area and continue to stay in our area.
What a wonderful story there. But Caitlin, in the weather world, it continues to get better. We're going to get like a sucker punch is what I want to call it on Saturday. That's the only way I can describe it. It's going to be 70 record-breaking temps possibly, and then a sucker punch on Saturday, and then right back up to beautiful weather on Monday.
Yeah, and with all the things that we've been posting on social media and stuff, I've seen a lot of people trying to make light of the situation, and just a lot of comments saying, well, it's Minnesota and it's March.
This is
normal. Not really expecting anything less than what we're getting this weekend. So at least there is a sense of humor out there, and we will get through it together. And I will say this one is not looking quite as bad as last week's system was, which is good as far as snow goes, but it's still going to be a hazardous one out there, so we still need to take it serious. But at least we get to enjoy a whole lot of sunshine until that system sucker punches us going into the upcoming weekend. Nothing but sunshine today. Clear skies and quiet conditions continue through tonight. Whether you're going to be out and about today or tonight or even tomorrow, you're going to have to grab a light jacket as you head out the door, because temperature-wise, it's going to feel more like maybe April and May out there. Wind-wise today, we're looking at very light winds, anywhere from calm conditions up to 10 miles an hour, which means we don't really have to worry about wind chills to play a role in today's forecast, as temperatures themselves rise to a high of 58 degrees. So light winds, sunshine, upper 50s today, all in all, a nice warm invitation from Mother Nature to get out there and enjoy those wonderful conditions. before she decides to sucker punch us with that drop in temperatures coming our way this weekend. Tonight will be a little on the chilly side, so if you choose to open up and let some fresh air into your home today, don't forget to close those windows because it will be quite chilly in there tomorrow morning as you wake up with temperatures outside at about 35 degrees. So again, open up today, but don't forget to close up before you go to bed. Tomorrow, more sunshine. However, we're going to start to notice some changes leading into the upcoming system, with the two biggest changes coming in tomorrow being increasing clouds and a breeze mixed in. That's really all we're going to be dealing with. As far as that, temperature-wise, it's going to be another great day to get outside with temperatures rising to a high of about 67 degrees tomorrow afternoon. A great way to get outside and enjoy that fresh air before this system comes in. So let's talk about what we are watching and again, what is happening. We have a strong spring storm system that is going to impact a lot of the upper Midwest, including those of us right here at home in southern Minnesota. What we do know is coming our way are some showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong to severe through Friday evening. Locally, heavy rain possible at times, along with snow and strong winds on the way. But what we don't know, or what I should say is uncertain, is how much snow, if any, we will get accumulation-wise. That being said, doesn't matter how much snow is falling, whether it's a lot or a little, any amount of falling snow mixed with strong winds is going to be hazardous out there with near blizzard-like conditions. Doesn't have to be a lot of snow to cause those kinds of conditions. We mentioned heavy rain possible, most of the area looking at a minimum of a half an inch of rain, all the way up to just over an inch the farther west you head, closer to the western border of Minnesota. Snow-wise, we are actually in the white here, which indicates the lowest snow amounts, with those amounts increasing the more west and north you head. So we can pinpoint that, but we can't give you actual numbers quite yet, but be on the lookout. You might start seeing those as early as tonight, if not as early as tomorrow. And after this weekend, after Mother Nature decides to give us a roller coaster ride of ups and downs and everything in between, weather will kind of fizzle out through next week as we welcome the first official day of spring.
Well, I hope the following weekend is just as nice as this Friday, but we'll see what happens. It does look to calm down, I guess.
Yeah,
That's a good
calm
way to
down
put it.
and warm back up. So another quick one, and we'll be right back outside to enjoy that wonderful weather.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Caitlin. We're going to transition into some sports. The Minnesota State women's basketball team is heading back to the NCAA tournament for the fourth time in 4 years. The defending national champions still have the possibility to two-peat this year, and it all begins Friday when the Mavs travel down to Pittsburgh, Kansas to face Missouri Western in the first round of the NCAA regional tournament. MSU is the fourth seed this year, and NSIC foes Concordia St. Paul and Southwest Minnesota State are also in the tourney. Last year, MSU was the only NSIC team in the Big Dance. This year, 3 NSIC schools are being represented, which just goes to show that the stacked talent is in the conference. With the way the bracket is lined up, MSU does have the possibility of facing Concordia St. Paul for the 4th time this season. But the team isn't looking that far ahead just yet. It is instead focused on the task at hand, defeating Missouri Western. An advantage MSU has when facing non-conference teams is their defense. It always throws teams off.
On the one hand, we talked in our team meeting this week that we were really excited to be able to see somebody new. Somebody that hasn't seen us yet, and for them to feel like they've got to make adjustments to what we're doing throughout the games and where we can wear them out. And so I think there's a lot of excitement to be able to go to a neutral site to see teams that we haven't seen this year, and just allow our defense to really motivate us and kind of build that momentum throughout the tournament.
MSU and Missouri Western tip off Friday night at 5:30. We'll have more from the team before their big game this week on Maverick Insider. So you guys don't want to miss that at all. Thank you very much, Caitlin. Appreciate it. And thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
And of course, download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.